everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be sharing with you unacceptable or invalid reasons to file for divorce in Nigeria. This simply means that if your reason fall under any of this, most likely your divorce application will not be granted by the courts. And this video is basically for people who contracted statutory marriage, what people refer to as court marriage, as against customary marriage. For any reason, you may want to dissolve your customary marriage and the court will grant you that. But for statutory marriage, there are grants that either of the party needs to comply with before filing for divorce. There are about 8 grants, but there is this misconception where people will just come and brief a lawyer and say, barrister, I don't want my marriage for this reason, for that reason, and oftentimes we get to tell them that these are not enough reason, legally speaking, for you to file for divorce in Nigeria. And without further ado, let's dive into it. 1, financial struggle. This is one of the reasons many people want to file for divorce, especially women. They often complain like, oh, this man is not doing enough, or we need some things in the house, or probably they see the way other women are being treated by their husband who are doing well. So this reason is not enough reason, legally speaking. I'm talking about the law. I'm not talking about morally speaking or traditionally, okay? This would be different if the man is doing well and is not responsible. He doesn't want to be responsible to cater for the family. That would be another reason, because there's a way a lawyer can couch this grant to make it fall as a valid grant, provided that the man is doing well and he wants to neglect or he doesn't want to care about his family. But in a situation whereby it is a real struggle, that there is lack of money in the house, that is not enough grant under the law to file for divorce. Number 2, running out of love. This is the first point I mentioned. This is just like based on my experience, how I have seen it. There is a high rate when it comes to lack of money, and the second part is running out of love. And people will just come to the office and make us understand that, oh, I want to myself and my partner, they want to dissolve their marriage because they no longer love each other. There is nowhere under the Marriage Act or under the Matrimonial Causes Act that says that a couple can file for divorce when either of the party no longer feel this love of a thing. So this is one of the reasons that people come to the office and brief us, but legally speaking, this is not acceptable, okay? However, generally, none of these points I still have about 3 more points. There is a way a lawyer can couch, because I am of the opinion that before a woman or a man reach a point and say, oh, they ran out of love or they are no longer in love with their partner, there must have been circumstances that made them to have that opinion. For example, in case of a domestic violence, okay? So instead of you just saying you no longer love the person as a grant, it is better for you to come under the grant of domestic violence, okay? There is a grant that says when a partner is behaving in a way that the other party cannot reasonably be expected to continue to live with the person, okay? That is a grant. That is a legal grant to file for divorce. So domestic violence can come under that grant. The fact that the man is doing well or the woman is doing it and doesn't want to support or assist in the home financially, all of this can come under that grant. But to come under a grant of lack of money or running out of love, it is unacceptable. No, my number 3 is that when a man feels the inability of a woman to conceive a male child, this happened, the rate is not that much anyway, because you see the man coming under another grant, but that could be the primary reason in their mind, okay? But this is unacceptable in law. As a matter of fact, there is no discrimination in law, okay? A man, a woman, black, fair, we are all the same. So according to the Constitution, you cannot discriminate another person and say, oh, because the woman has 7 girls and does not have a male child, and Scientifically speaking, I think I've read somewhere that what makes the woman to actually conceive a male child is even from the man. Anyway, I don't want to digress, but basically that is unacceptable for you to file a divorce action on that reason. And number four is when a woman or a man or either of the party feels they no longer find their partner attractive, and this often comes from the men. Okay, the men often engage. I mean, people come to the office to say that their wife put to bed. No, they will make us understand that they want to file for divorce, and you will see that their reasons are not cogent enough, and then you want to make them to understand that no, this is a safe place. As a lawyer, you need to trust us. Tell us what exactly the problem is, and oftentimes you see them saying they no longer find the woman attractive, probably after childbirth or something, and this is basically not a good reason under the law to file for divorce. Okay, so and the final point I'll be mentioning is about consummation. I don't want to explain what consummation is because of YouTube has some guidelines as on certain words that should not be used. Okay, so consummation, whether the party is saying there is no enough consummation, or he is not being not enough, like he is not being satisfied, or probably there is a high demand, this is not enough reason under the law. However, there is a ground that says when there is a willful and persistent refusal, it's quite different from this. Okay, in a situation where Mr. A is saying Mrs. B does not give him enough, is not a ground under the law. It's not as if the Mrs. B is not given at all, but not enough. It is not a ground to file for divorce. Or probably Mrs. B is saying Mr. A has a high demand. It is still not enough reason under the law to seek for divorce. Like I said, if there is a willful and a persistent refusal to consummate the marriage, it is a grant. So it is different from what I just explained. The willful and persistent refusal means the man or the woman is not sick, they have the capacity to consummate the marriage. So which means it is just a thing of choice as to consummating the marriage. That is the willfulness. And the persistent is the husband or the wife requests today, they get a no. The next day they make the demand again, they get a no. For like a week, or let's say about 2 months. So then that can form a ground for dissolution of marriage in Nigeria. Please, all of those 5 points I have explained so far, they are basically in the literal meaning. That is, if someone is saying for lack of a male child from a woman, they want to file for divorce, or for lack of money, or running out of love and things like that, basically they are not grounds for divorce. However, like I said, if a woman or a man is saying they are no longer in love with their partner and they want to file for divorce, like I said, there should be situations, circumstances that put that woman or that man in that emotional stage of saying they are no longer interested, or they don't find the partner attractive, or things like that. So those facts, those situations, those circumstances that must have happened, those ones can they should be able to form a valid ground. Like I mentioned, the case of the domestic violence could form a ground for divorce, or adultery. If you're saying a woman is saying, oh, she no longer loves her husband because the man commits adultery, that is a ground. But you won't just come and say you don't love the man anymore. What is the situation that led you to that thing? That situation could be a valid ground to file for divorce. I hope this educates you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.